Okay, let's go out to Leon right now and see if Kevin Belk will be talking with us. GR Chief, go ahead.
Sue, we actually do see him headed this way right now. As this situation is apparently still developing, a number of media have gathered here, all, of course, waiting for Chief Belk, who is coming down the street. While he's headed down here, I'll kind of set the scene for you. We're as close as we've been now. You can see that there are 3 ambulances lined up on the side of the street. They have not brought anyone out. In fact, we haven't even seen them take stretchers inside. They had been staging further away from the scene, back where we were parked, but now have moved closer. We've seen some paramedics go into what we're being told is an apartment complex type area, and but they haven't come back with anything at this point. As you can see, the chief making his way to us right now. He is next to Captain Eric Payne, who is one of the high-ranking officials with the department, and we are expecting him to give us an update. He's asking us to come a little bit closer here. Chief, we're live. We can't get any closer. Can you come this way? All right, we're live now, listening in to Chief Kevin Belk, Grand Rapids Police.
All right, earlier tonight we ended up with a citizen contacted us and told us that he believed he had seen Roderick Dantzler in the area of Coit and Plainfield. That ended up resulting in a police chase that went throughout the city onto the expressways. The suspect ended up going eastbound on I-96, actually crossed over into the westbound lanes. At one point he ended up going down an embankment and into a heavy wooded or vegetated area, and was able to exit his vehicle and begin to flee on foot. Officers were in pursuit of him. He was able to get down the embankment and into a house in the 3200 block of Rickman, where the suspect is held up at this point. We have confirmed that there are other people in the house that he is holding hostage against their will. We are trying to work with those individuals, with the suspect, communicating with him, hoping that he will obviously release them and turn himself in.
Any sense that this is a place he knows that he's been before? He just picked it at random when he got out?
We believe at this point it was a random house that he ended up exiting his vehicle and ran to the first house.
What can you tell us about?
There were shots fired as he entered the residence, but at this point we do not believe anyone in the house has been injured.
What can you tell us about those victims? Are they?
How many people are in there with him?
At this point we believe there are 2.
Can you tell us anything about those victims? Are they older, younger?
Yeah, at this point I don't want to get into the details on the victims, but we do believe there are 2 individuals inside the house. As I said, at this point we do not believe that either of them are injured. We're trying to communicate with the suspect, hoping that he will release them and then turn himself in.
What is he asking for?
At this point I can't get into the details of that, but we're talking with him. So.
What about the woman with him in the car? Was that true? Was there a woman with him in the car at the time of the chase?
To my knowledge, there was not anyone in the car with him at the time of the chase.
We've seen a lot of...
Earlier on, I think there was, and someone ended up exiting somewhere in the downtown area, I believe. But again, much of this is preliminary. Obviously, things have been unfolding rather rapidly, so I don't want to end up confirming that.
Chief, we've seen a lot of officers leave this scene. What has changed in the past few minutes here?
There's nothing has changed. We've got the perimeter lockdown. Obviously, we have assistance from Michigan State Police. You can hear the helicopter overhead. We have assistance from the Kent County Sheriff's Department, and we'll continue to coordinate with those agencies. Our special response team is on scene, and we'll continue to try to communicate with the suspect. And our hope, our prayer is that we'll have a peaceful resolution here.
You shot at your officers earlier on the highway?
There were several shots, yes, fired at the officers during the chase.
Have any of your officers been hurt?
At this point, I do not believe any of our officers are injured.
Chief, what about the other people? And this is an apartment building he ran into, an apartment complex. What about the other people that live there?
No, at this point, we do believe it is a single-family residence. Again, there was some confusion early on, but at this point, I do believe it's a single-family residence.
What about the people in the other houses nearby?
We have tried to evacuate everyone that we can. So.
7 fatalities today at the hand of this man, but we've also heard that other individuals have been shot. How many other people have been shot?
There are 2 other individuals that have been shot. There was one that I think we got a call just before 3 p.m., so not long after this event unfolded. Turned out the incident, we believe, happened in the area of Godfrey and Oxford, where there was a kind of a dispute with another vehicle. It wasn't anyone that he knew, if you will, kind of a road rage incident where he ended up firing out of his back window at another individual who was then struck and had non-life-threatening injuries, transported himself to Butterworth Hospital, is my understanding. We do have one other individual in the downtown area that was hit in the arm with by a firearm. So at this point, we're investigating that and continuing to negotiate here with the suspect, trying to get him into custody. So.
Chief, you've been doing this for a long time. How difficult is a tragedy like this for you and your officers?
Oh, it's obviously extremely difficult, very stressful situation, but our officers train for this regularly. I'm confident in their abilities, and we'll continue to work to bring this thing to a peaceful resolution. So.
The situation at the house, you have snipers, you have SWAT teams surrounding it. Describe it.
Yeah, that's what we have. I mean, there obviously are all the resources that we have bring to bear are there. I'm not going to get into all the details of what is there, but we certainly are responding with all the appropriate resources. So I just don't think it's appropriate to get into the details of what is in place here at the scene.
Is there anything you need from the public or the people watching?
Well, obviously our goal right now is to get him into custody. At this point, we obviously have him cornered, if you will, into one house. Certainly better than having him on the loose, but we're obviously extremely concerned about the people that are in the house with him. And again, I can't stress enough, our goal is to get them out safely, and obviously to get the suspect into custody is safely as well. So we'll continue to do that. Let me take one more question here.
Have you been in contact with the families of the victims?
We have, yes. We've notified representatives of the families of the deceased victims. Yes.
How about his family, the suspect?
We have, yes. We've communicated with them. And we're trying to get their assistance in any way that we can.
Maybe on the way here.
Well, I don't want to get into all the details, but certainly. My understanding is one child. The other 6 were adults. I think 5 of them females and 1 male.
All shot.
Yeah, yes. All of them were firearm victims. So. Thank you very much. Things develop. We'll try to keep you updated, and again, certainly our goal is to get this thing resolved safely.
Thank you, Chief.
Grand Rapids Police Chief Kevin Belk talking to us there, again confirming at this point that this is still a very much developing situation, that there are believed to be hostages taken at random at an apartment complex that is behind us. He's going back to work that scene. We're of course planning on staying in touch with him. Brian, Sue.